So, good morning. Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 14 of Emerge. There's so much light in the sky. It's getting brighter and brighter every day. We will go backwards when the hour goes back. I have to get my head in gear for that. So, I think in 2 weeks' time, the clock will go back and then we'll climb again. It'll be much faster though. Now there's 2 minutes between the days. Whereas at the end in April, there's almost 3.5 minutes per day. So it just goes so fast. So side body, we'll be deepening in, connecting in, moving our bodies, listening to the ribs, to the waist, to the hips. Yum. Anything else? No, that's it. So come rest into a child's pose and we shall begin. Come. So resting in. Settle your bum back towards your feet. Bring your arms long out in front of you. And just get a sense of, I love bringing my knees a little bit wider so I have a sense of my belly, my spine, a sense of rest or a healthy amount of challenge in my hips and pelvis. You can probably hear Yosef playing cello. Nice. And just wiggle from side to side. So like you push your belly a little bit more into the thigh on one side, and then you do the same to the other. And as you do this, you just get a sense of like the threads of you or the cords of you. So there's long lines of connection from your hands all the way down into the deep of your belly, to the sides of your waist. And just feel that. And you feel that you're leaning into the cords of you. Nice. Come up onto your hands and knees into a cat pose. Round your back. As you round your back, tuck your toes under and just pause there. So I'm really pushing the ball of my foot into the floor as I tuck my toes under. Round your back even more. Squeeze your bum. Nice. And then the other direction, arching your back, looking forward, toes are flat. So we're just including the feet because the feet are awesome. And just arching and rounding. How present can you be in your body? Can you meet this moment as it is? Rounding, arching, rounding, toes tuck under, arching, chest goes forward. Nice, one more time. Rounding and arching. Nice. So side body. So begin to squeeze your right shoulder towards your right hip. My head stays center as I do this, and then squeeze the left shoulder towards the left hip. And just travel from one side to the other side. And I feel really, I'm going to say like, am I like a tiger? It's not really a tiger movement. Am I like I don't know, what kind of movement? Accordion, let's be an accordion. I can't find an animal to be this movement. Kind of feels like a cheetah or something. The side body doesn't make sense in my body map if it's a cheetah. So if you have an idea about what kind of animal this might be, drop me a text. Nice. So now we're going to do a thing where we bring both hands over towards the left side of our mat. So the crooked cat. So now our hands are over towards the left side of your mat, rounding your back and arching your back. And so as you round your back, tuck your toes under. As you arch your back, bring your toes to flat. And just feel that. It's a different organization in your spine. You might have to move a little bit slower to feel it, to meet it. One more time. Super. Other side. So both hands to the right side of your mat. Rounding your back, toes tuck under. Arching your back, toes are flat. One more time. Super cool. Both hands forward and then just reach like you're trying to touch something as far forward towards the front of your mat as you can. So I'm bending, kind of compressing into the left shoulder, bending my left elbow a little bit, dropping my right rib cage, and really reaching as far as I can in wellness. What's your wellness to reach? Touch your fingertip off the floor. So you're not dropping the weight into the front hand. You're just touching. Pull your elbow back, lawnmower, and then reach. Main thing is that you listen and include the sensation of your elbow and your shoulder. So you're not trying to override it. That deep principle of do no harm, because tomorrow's practice is more important than today's. Other side. Reach the left hand forward and always moving forward. So always moving forward is find your way of doing it, adapt, adjust, learn, and then do the smallest version of that or the most healthy version of that, and progression happens. Nice. Reaching forward, pull your elbow back, left side, forward, pull your elbow back. One last time. Forward, pull your elbow back. Nice. Rest yourself back, child's pose. This time, bend your elbows and rest your head in your hands. And just get a feeling of the contact of your head holding your, no, your hand, your hand holding your head. Maybe your head does hold your hands, you know. We've given a sense of gesture to our hands. I know I lay my head on somebody's shoulder and it is my head holding them as I drop it down. Wow, what a cool concept. Sorry, I'm just having a moment here. That's so cool. Wow, so cool. Yeah, we've given gesture to our hands that actually, yeah, I like it. I like it. Nice. Push you back into your downward dog just for a moment. So have a bit of a wiggle. And as you wiggle, bending one knee, bending the other. Bending one knee, bending the other. Bending one knee, bending the other. So nice. So come back down into your cat pose. And your toes are tucked under. And then let your knees hover just 1 inch off the floor. Off the floor. And then bring your knees over towards the right and sit your left bum down. Okay? So now I'm in a position where my right foot is flat on the floor, my left thigh is resting, my left hip is resting, and my left hand is on the floor. Right hand is lifted off. Other side. Come back into your floating cat, and then turn your knees towards the left. Bring your right bum down. So we're going to continue doing that for a few times. See which version of it suits you. The further away your bum is from your hand, it seems like it's easier. So, floating cat, bum down, floating cat, bum down, floating cat, bum down, floating cat, bum down. One more time each side. Floating cat, bum down. One more time. Floating cat, bum down. Nice. Stretch your legs out long and just roll into your belly. So as you do that, just notice spine, ribs, knees, feet, shoulders, hands, and roll in the other direction. Maybe close your eyes and try and visualize the feeling sense of your spine moving. I feel like a little tornado right now. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. I never felt like a tornado before when I did this, but today it feels like a tornado. Roll in the other direction. Super. Just roll into your ankles, just because the lady loves milk tray. And then roll your ankles in the other direction. Nice. Open all your toes wide. Imagine that you can make spaces between your baby toes and all the other toes. Squeeze your toes in. Open wide, squeeze your toes in. So we're going to start by sitting on the floor to do a bit, and then we're going to come into zigzag, and then we're going to move up and out of it, okay? So bring your left hand to the floor beside you. Bend your right elbow into your chest or into the side of your body. And then reach the right hand up and then over towards the left. But my left hand is just scaffolding. I'm not pushing into it. It's really light on the floor. Bend your elbow. Imagine you can bring your elbow to the floor. And then over towards the left. And so see how you map or feel or connect into your side of body. And as we did before when we were in the, I'm going to call it the leopard kind of, or the accordion cat, we were squeezing one side, so that's the shorter side, and we were lengthening the other. And that's happening here. There's one side lengthening, there's one side shortening. Nice, one more time. Lengthening and shortening. Try the other side. So right hand comes down to the floor, tuck your left elbow in, reach it up and then over towards the right and pull your elbow down. And so with this practice, it's really interesting. I was talking to somebody last week and they were saying that since they started doing this yoga that they don't need to go and get fixed as much. You know, the sense of, oh, something's happening, I need to go and do something about it. Instead, there's this long-term, steady sense of wellness in their body. I'm like, wow, actually, I'm the same. I have a sense of that my structure can hold the life that I live. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to do elephant. Bring your left hand behind you, sweep your right arm across, and then down. I roll forward a little bit, and then across. So I'm sweeping from one side to the other. You can bring your feet a little bit wider apart. You can have your bum on something. So the practice isn't about having bigger abs or huger arms or anything like that. It's about, can I stand up and sit down on the floor until I'm 90? Can I move with grace and connectedness? Can I know my own limits? Freaking awesome. And move within them and expand those limits daily. So we're not limited by the movements we can't do. We are growing into them, which is really cool. One more time each side. Roll your shoulders. As you roll, feel the deep of your shoulders. Feel your spine is able to move. And then roll in the other direction. So as I roll my shoulders, there's something happening in my spine, which is really yummy. Nice, cool. So come stand up, whatever way you do. Notice how you stand up. So I'm going to try without my hands. Nice. What way did you do it? How many hands did you put on the floor? This is a test that you can do. It's nice. So stand to the front of your mat. Wow, it's so bright. Lift your heels up. I'll do that a few times. And then next time your heels are about to land on the floor, pause, just hovering your heels just above the floor. Squeeze your bum and rise through the spine. I feel like one of those guys you're about to dive. So really feel like your toes are solid on the floor, your heels are hovering just above the floor, you're squeezing your bum, you're getting taller, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Pause. Get taller. Nice. Drop your heels down, bending your elbows, bending your knees, all the way forward. Rounding your back, tuck your chin under. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor. Step your right foot back. And just feel the length of that hip. Squeeze the right buttock. And as you squeeze the right buttock, the front of your hip will engage a bit more. And just settle into that. Nice. Drop your right knee to the floor. Left hand, left knee. Sweep your right hand across into elephant. And then touch the floor with your hand. Sweep your right hand across into elephant. Side body, really lengthening and opening. Touch your hand to the floor. Nice. One last time. Left hand is so solid on my knee. It's really firm. I feel a sense of connection. Make sure your neck is whatever direction feels comfortable for you. And just breathe and lean. I'm going to bend the front knee a little bit more to create more of a stretch. Super. All the way down. Touch the floor with your hand. Super. Rising up, bring your right hand to your right hip, left hand to your left hip, and just rock forward and backwards a few times. See if you can lengthen out through that front leg. And just get a sense of that. Super. Both knees, both hands forward. Step back into your plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Rising up. So your hands are on the floor. In the beginning, rise up with your spine only. So I'm pulling my elbows back, and then I'm going to push into the floor. My toes are trying to lift more and more off the floor. Squeeze your bum. Nice. Lowering down, reach your right hand forward. Come back, rising up. Lowering down, reach your left hand forward. Rising up. Reach both hands forward. Rising up. One more time. Both hands forward, reaching out. And back. Nice. Push back into your cat. Push back, downward dog. As you rest in downward dog, bend one knee, lengthen into the side of your body. So as you do this, you're rocking the weight of your pelvis away from the center, which will increase the stretch to the opposite side of the body. That a coordination is happening here. Nice. Walk forward, front of your mat. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Super cool. Okay, other side. So rise up onto your toes really high, drop your heels down. Toes, heels down. Toes, heels down. Toes, heels down. And now, next time you go to drop your heels down, let them hover just above the floor. All your toes are wide, heels are hovering, and have a little bit of a bounce. Such an interesting feeling. I feel like I'm on a trampoline. Feel how mobile your feet are. Does this bounce work for you? So my heels are hovering. I'm kind of just bouncing up and down a little bit. Nice. Drop your heels down, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back, squeeze your left buttock. Breathe into the hip. Nice. Drop your left knee down. Right hand firmly holds the right thigh. Sweep the left arm across into elephant. Nice. Dropping down, touch the floor. And again. Elephant. For those of you, it's so funny, sometimes we'll start something like way back, way back, and then it becomes just a language for us guys who've been here forever. So elephant, the reason why it's called elephant is this is your trunk sweeping across and then coming down. So it's like they fling the water or the dust behind them with their trunk. And down. Embody your inner elephant. Nice. Come all the way down. Pause there. Hands on the floor. And then both hands to your hips and just stretch out through the front leg. Oh, this side is different. Oh, cool. So I'm always enjoying or intrigued or excited by when my body tells me something that I hadn't heard before, hadn't noticed before. So right now, the straightening of this leg, my leg is going, I don't really know how to do this. So interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. Hands forward, step back, plank. Pause. Knees down, lower down, rising up. Squeeze your bum, lift your toes, push gently into your hands. Keep your chin tucked in. Nice. Push back into your cat. All the way back into child's pose. Sit your bum back and then just walk your hands over towards the right. Feel the length of the right side of your body. I'm going to bend my right elbow so my hand is beside my knee. It feels like a really supported place for this arm. Also, it's a little bit more into a coordination. So pull your right shoulder down towards your right hip and feel how that creates more length just by shortening that side. It's all the way over towards the left. Bend your left elbow, left hand beside your knee. And then really plug that left shoulder down into your socket, towards the hip. Oh, that's very cool. I hadn't noticed that before. Wow. Super. Great. Come lie on your mat, all the way down. Land on your mat. Just feel, sense, be with the whole of you. Places of intensity, places of ease. Bring your arms wide and just rock your knees from side to side. So you could just stay in knees rocking side to side, or you can move up into gliders. Gliders is where the top leg moves towards the opposite shoulder and you keep your shoulders on the floor. There's this very deep sense of twisting and connecting and listening to your body as you mobilize. Nice. Back to center. Hands on your belly, either legs are long, feet are together. Just pause for 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute, we're just going to rest. Let your breath sink. Let your shoulders soften. I'm going to bring my arms long beside you with my palms facing the ceiling. We did a lot of arm work there. So let your arms really rest. When you turn your palms towards the ceiling, your chest opens, your shoulders widen. And imagine that more of your body can rest backwards. So there's more shoulder on the floor, more rib on the floor. Every time you breathe, there's a bit more connection backwards into the back of your body. Just another 20 seconds and we'll be here for a minute. Really soften into it. Softening the front of your chest, front of your throat, softening your face. Super cool. If your feet are together, then bend your knees, squeeze your knees up towards you. Maybe everybody do that. Maybe everybody do that. Squeeze your knees up towards you and just rock from side to side. Nice. And just feel into your body. Get a sense of this moment in your body. The light is changing so fast. My lighting systems are struggling to keep up with. I dropped my lights lower, I think. With all this light up top, I'm becoming quite dark down there. Anyway, technical. You don't need to know that. So I'll see you tomorrow. That was pretty cool. I like that side body. We may stay in this yum of side body. It's a place that we know well. We've moved it a lot. Not so much in the last month or two. So we're going to move back into the yum of the side body. Emerging into the deep of our torso, expanding. Nice. So I'll see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock if you're with me live. Otherwise, I'll see you when you see me. So great, lovely. Ciao, ciao, Slán.